Welcome to the Coaching Table. I'm Thomas Thompson, Executive Leadership Consultant with Lead Self, Lead Others. And the Coaching Table is a weekly conversation I've created to help leaders like you have those conversations that you're not having, so we can help you lead yourself well so you're really leading other people well. And today's conversation is the final in a series I've just been called Leading Through Listening. And what we've been doing is looking at a principle that sometimes is overlooked for leaders because we're used to telling and promoting and directing, and we don't realize that one of the most powerful practices in our leadership is found in James chapter 1, verse 19. Everyone should be quick to listen and slow to speak. And what we've been trying to unpack these last few sessions is when you are slow to speak, that means you will end up saying less, but what you say will carry more power with those whom you lead. And so we've been looking at how to get better and kind of framing it in the sense that there's really these four levels of listening, kind of a 25% level, a 50% level, a 75% level, and a 100% level. That first level, the 25% level, is really listening to fix. Hey, you care about this person, but you're really waiting for them to stop talking so you can give them the leadership that you want to give. A second level, though, is kind of that 50% level. It's the curious level. You're beginning to allow yourself to be genuinely curious about what this person is thinking and experiencing. And what you're doing at this level is thinking of really good questions. You're asking better questions at this level. Last session, we looked at this third level of listening, which is fighting to focus. This is where you are really leaning in and you are fighting distractions. You're not looking at your phone. You're not thinking about your next appointment. You're not looking over their shoulder to the next person you need to talk to. You are really engaging in a fight to focus on them, to really hear what they're saying. I'll be honest, few leaders get to that third level. It takes a lot of discipline and hard work. But today I want to kind of wrap up with a fourth level, a level that I am aspiring to reach to myself. It's that 100% level. Now, this is a level where you're doing all the skills from the first three levels we've talked about. You're getting comfortable with silence. You're asking good questions and then just shutting up. You're treating this conversation as if this person is the most important thing in your world. But at the same time, at this level, you're doing one more crucial thing, and this involves a spiritual component to be quick to listen. I am listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit. You see, when we meet with people, we need to understand that God has been at work in their life long before we showed up. We are late to the party. And so if I'm showing up to lead someone, God, I believe, cares about how we're leading people. He has things to contribute to this conversation if we'll listen to him during these conversations. I call this fourth level being prayerfully present. It's trying to have a conversation with someone while at the same time praying and listening to the Spirit's guidance. Let me give an example of this. Recently, I met with a leader who was unpacking some issues that she was having with a direct report. She was really frustrated and just didn't know where to go next. And as she began to unpack this, there were several times where I thought I should ask this or I should suggest this. And yet I really sensed as I was praying there that the Spirit said, just let her talk. And she did. 10, 20, 30, 45 minutes of uninterrupted speaking. That's unloading a lot. I realized during that time, if I had stopped her at any point prior to that and said, well, here's my suggestion, or here's my question, it could have taken our conversation in directions that weren't really helpful. Instead, as she began to wind down, I really was praying and I sensed the Holy Spirit say, just ask her this one question. And so I did. That was the right question. That 45 minutes of being prayerfully present with her and really listening led to this aha moment for her. You see, when you are quick to listen, you will say less, but the words that you speak will carry more power with those whom you lead. Well, I want to encourage you to go back and review these levels of listening. We've done 5 of these leading through listenings. You can click on this link below to go back to review them. But if you do that, I want to give you this coaching table question to consider. What is my next step to get quick at listening? In each of these levels, I've given you some practical applications of that, and these are things you can try. But what is my next step to getting quick to listen? I really believe that if you will work on your listening, it is a leadership superpower, and you'll be a better leader for it. Well, I'd love to hear what you're thinking and processing through that and what you're trying and finding out. Please shoot me an email at the link below and let's start a conversation. I'll be back next week with more on the topic of how do I lead myself well so that I can lead others well. And until then, you're always welcome at the coaching table.